Do y'all still pour one out for the homies or nah? Somebody please tell me how I made all them videos about Yasamnole and I forgot the most important key component of them all, literally. Now, if you don't know, Yasamnole is a 7-day tradition or ceremony for Black Americans, Soul Line, FBA, American Indigenous, American Indian, whatever you go by, but you know what I'm saying, melanated American people. Each day has its own principle. You honor that principle in whatever way works with you. If you go look at my videos, I really break it all down for you. But I just want to get into the main part that I forgot. I don't know how I forgot to tell you. I feel so bad. Pour one out for the dead homies. You have to every day pour one out. Even if you're not a drinker, you should be pouring one out for the homies every day of Yasamnole. Now, the way me and mine do it is that we get together once a day and we either have dinner or some type of like fellowshipping in some way or form, usually around like 6 o'clock, so it's coming soon, where we get together, and that's where we will pour one out. And we would reflect on the principle of that day, see how we used it. If we haven't used it yet, we figure out how we're going to use it, or what we're meeting for is the way that we're using it. And for the people who can't always get together, because I know we got lives and we got to work and everything, but you always, when you pour one out, you make a video, so we still make it collective. So if I have to pour one out real quick when I get off of work, I pour one out, I FaceTime my mom or something like that, you know what I'm saying, so we can do it together and it can be like a shared experience, a shared moment. Pouring one out is like, it's ritual. It's a deeply like rooted ritual in the Black American community. It is a tribute to the ancestors. It is honor, it is respect, and it's also like a bridge. It is sacred. It is like a very sacred tool to pay our respect, show grief, and just remember those who were taken from us or who are no longer with us in the physical. So just as you would share a drink amongst friends and family, pouring a portion out allows the living to kind of share that moment with the deceased in the present moment, in the here and the now. It's like a metaphysical bond that kind of pulls us together. Like, we still remember you, we still feel you, we still love you, all of that. Because you know how we feel. Real niggas don't die. We just multiply. Now, technically, I believe you can really use whatever liquor you want. You often want to use, like, if there's a certain ancestor or loved one that you want to honor specifically, you would use what they liked. Or you could just use other, like, sacred types of alcohols in hoodoo or just spirituality and things like that. Make it your own. We ain't gonna get too deep on it, y'all. I know everybody does not participate in hoodoo just because they're Black American, but those who do, you get in. Those who don't, make it your way. You know, find your path, find your rhythm. But let me tell you a little something though. So, y'all remember the 40-ounce era? Like, everybody has some malt liquor on them. Very interesting that it also plays a very sacred role in our community as well, though. So I feel like you don't have to drink the malt liquor. I don't drink beer. I'm not a beer drinker. However, I would buy a 40-ounce to pour one out to the dead homies. Now, during slavery, our people used beer to like invoke the ancestors. So beer was often used for those type of practices and those type of rituals. So this is something I would use in honor of those ancestors who used it, and I would also use it in honor of like calling forth those ancestors. And beer is also considered a very prime offering to quench the thirst of the spirits that are like in the world in between. I won't say trapped, but still lingering in the world in between. So that's why we always had a 40-ounce back in the day. That's why we always pour one out. It's in us, not on us. We do so much stuff that is sacred to us, that is like indigenous work and things like that, but they have erased so much of who we are that we just don't know what we're doing. But it's a muscle memory. It's embedded in the core of our DNA. They might not have known why they were doing it. They might not have known why they were drawn to the 40-ounce era, but it all connects, and it's crazy and it's beautiful and I love it. But that's what Yasamnole is about, is going back to the things that we do so common, that we have been told is not tradition, that we have been told it's just ignorant movement, like we don't do anything with intention at all. But yeah, let me stay focused before I ramble. And then you have brandy. So everybody know back in the day, brandy was popping, like cognac and stuff like that. This also has a very significant role in Black American history as well. So in World War I and II, I believe that when the Black soldiers went over to France, they were often gifted with cognac. And they were not used to being treated this way by, non-Black people. And that's not how they was getting treated at home. So cognac ended up taking over Black America because it was a sign of like elegance, and it was like almost a fuck you to racism and to white America and that structure. So cognac is another good one to pour out. Brandy. Yeah, I know my OGs, they like the elders, they loved them. They was brandy down, and I think cognac was the first alcohol brand to use Black people as their models. Don't quote me exactly, but there's a deep connection with that too. So yeah, brandy's a good one to pour up. Then there's whiskey and moonshine. So if you can get your hand on some moonshine, that's so lit. If you can make your own moonshine, that would be even more dope. But if not, places sell moonshine. So whiskey and moonshine, this is to give honor to our long history in the distilling business. So even way back to being hidden in the swamps, we were distilling. So we that is like very rooted in the culture too. So moonshine and whiskey, I would definitely recommend you use those to pour one out. Then you got like rum, vodka, gin. Now I believe dark rum is good for paying respect. So that's always a good go-to. Get you some dark rum, pour that out just as you want. If you just want to give some straight respect. Vodka, I believe, is a very neutral base, so you can work a little more with vodka. But yeah, do what you feel led to do, but always pour one out for the homies. So yeah, I'm about to get ready to go pour one out for the homies, pour one out for the ancestors. Put a drink on your altar if you have to, if you can't get around. But try to make it as fellowshipy as possible. I think that's the best part of implementing it into Yacht Seminole, because the whole thing is collectiveness. Like the whole point of Yacht Seminole is let's come together as much as we can in one way or another. But yes, so if you're gonna contribute, if you're gonna participate in Yacht Seminole, I would love to see y'all post you pouring one out for the homies, just whatever it crosses your mind. It doesn't have to be at 6 o'clock. It doesn't have to be whenever you get that thought. If you don't drink, there are also herbal spirits that you can use. Like there are some hibiscus mixes that you can make and things like that where you can contribute. Because like I said, you don't have to drink, but I know that all people don't believe supporting like buying alcohol. So there are some like more natural non-alcoholic spirits that you can use as well that do the same thing. But yeah, everybody pour one out for the homies. Every day, at least every day of Yacht Seminole, pour one out to the dead homies. Keep them with us forever in our hearts and our memory. Just like we just lost that young boy. Well, we didn't just lose him. He died a couple years ago. But this would be a perfect time to pour one out in honor of him. For the boy who got killed by that Asian store owner. Like things like that. This is why we need to be implementing these things, because we need to stop just dying in vain. Our lives are already so hell and struggle that at least when we are no longer here, we should be able to rest in actual peace. So let's pour one out for the homies. Keep them thriving, keep their spirits going, keep them powerful. Don't just be going to your altar to beg. Take a week to don't ask them for shit. Don't ask them for anything. Just give to them for once. You feel me? You can add offerings and things like that if you're that deep into it. But if not, just pour one out to the homies every single day. But yeah, Yacht Seminole, Monkulele, Bublele, Kak, Pup Birthday, Duddy, Free Soul, we them peoples.